happening, y'all? Welcome back. This is episode 104 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I am your host, the self-knighted Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. T Money, a.k.a. Sweet T, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. the HNIC. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Mara, the Shark Watkins.
What up?
Back from her 1 week hiatus. Glad to have you back.
I'm happy to be back. I missed y'all.
Yeah. Doing all right tonight?
Yes. We're
Good.
functioning. Fully functioning.
Good. Well, you weren't here last week, Mara, so we didn't get to hear your thoughts. But a very significant event happened last week. And that was the end of Arrow.
It was.
What are your thoughts on just the conclusion of Arrow, how you feeling about Arrow ending, all that good stuff?
I am curious. Well, I was curious, but I guess they had answered it into this week's episodes of shows to see if, we would still continue seeing some of our Arrow favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Even though stories get wrapped and all that stuff, but I still kind of want to see them still interact with Dinah or Dig and Renee.
Well, we
So
saw with that backdoor pilot they did that, Dinah just got randomly flung into the future after that funeral, so she won't be around, but
yeah,
time travel can do whatever the fuck they want, so she can still pop up.
exactly. I'm sure it's not the last we'll ever see of Dinah. It's just, damn.
Look, well, we know they have that show that they're trying to get going. Hopefully that show doesn't get picked up, because there's just too many. That and the Superman and the Stargirl and all that shit. It's too much.
Stargirl's coming out soon. Wait a second.
What?
So when do we actually end? Because Stargirl starts during the spring. So when does it finish?
Bro, I don't know.
So when do we actually finish?
I don't know.
Is this going to be part of the universe? Is this going to be canon? Is this what we're doing? We're just going to have an all year running around podcast now. I can't do this.
We do Smacking It Raw year round.
I'm not built for this.
Even when you get a break, I don't.
Oh my God.
That was,
like how I did that, because that was necessary.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know where to go with it. I just let you keep going. It was just, I don't know what to do about this. Those of you who are only listening, Mara got very, very close to the camera during that part, and it was kind of scary.
It was a dramatic pan in, because I felt like I was going down a rabbit hole of questions.
Yeah, it's getting deep. So you were curious about what's coming, if you see the other folks. What about, just your thoughts on Arrow in general, how, about it ending and all that?
I'm going to miss it. Granted, yes, if anyone, well, most of my friends, Shayna, anyone who's watched me watch Arrow from the beginning knows that it started on a note where I'm just I hate this. And then the second season, when it changed up, I was I hate the changes that they're trying to act like they're not changing. And then by season 3, I was oh my God, I love this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it took a while. Me and Arrow had a lot of back and forth for a while.
That was one I started, I think it was in the middle of the second season or maybe at the end of the second season, something like that. I know I watched at least the first season on Netflix. And I was oh, I'm into this. And I watched the second season, I think, illegally. And,
I remember distinctly having a lot of issues with the flashbacks in the first season. And
Really?
Yeah. And then I still was on this whole kick of this isn't the Green Arrow that I signed up for. But
what Green Arrow did you sign up for, Mar?
Well, remember, this was also after Smallville had ended, and I already had an idea of what Green Arrow would look like to me.
You were already tainted by previous television. Gotcha.
So yeah. But, I went back and then season 2 started and I was like, I see that they had, they had walked back on a couple of things and I don't remember what they were, but I remember distinctly being upset about them changing something.
Well, the big thing about it was he didn't kill anymore.
No, that I didn't care about. That wasn't what that was. It was something.
That bothered me.
Well, yeah, because if you start one way, you got to keep it going. But it was something distinctly about
very inefficient. But anyway, go ahead.
It was just the way of something of certain storylines that I was like, this doesn't add up. This doesn't add up with what you told me last season. And so I don't remember what it was, but it was like stuff like that. But then by I guess halfway through it, going into season 3, I was like, okay, all right, I see where this is going. I like this. And I've loved it ever since, as you can tell from our previous seasons. I've always been their bigger contender here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of sad that it's over because it's the beginning. It was the beginning show. It was the first show. So it's like, now what?
What about them finally giving us what we've been wanting for years with John getting the Green Lantern ring?
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, man. So
you
excited.
Just can't get past that.
Yeah. But all right. Let's move on into this week, though.
Yeah.
But before we do,
there was no Supergirl or Batwoman because the Super Bowl was on and they're not stupid.
Exactly. So we just got Legends, Flash, and Black Lightning. But those of you out there who are trying to, because this happens often, when you tell people about shows you love, like, oh, I want to start watching that. Problem is with this, it is very complicated. You don't know what order to watch shit in and all of that. However, I did some research and I found somewhere that tells you exactly what order to watch everything in. So I'm going to put that link in our, in the description here so you all can see that. And you can just share that with somebody. When you're like, this is what I'm into. I love this. You'd probably like it too. Here's the link. Watch these episodes in this order, and it'll bring you all the way through. And it's all the way up to date.
Of every show.
Yes.
Including Black Lightning. Holy moly.
Mm-hmm. I'll send it to you so you have it too, just in case.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's get into this week's episodes, though. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with Legends, because I didn't really give a shit about this episode.
What do you mean? Ava saying that girl is poison.
That was the only good part about this, until you realize that she was not singing it the way that she thought she was singing it.
That made it even better. Her drunk ass thought that she had a full band and backup singers with her, but she was just up there by her damn self.
Looking a fool.
Oh, but she didn't care because she was having the time of her life, Mara. What matters is that she was happy.
Okay.
Anyway, name of this episode was what?
Miss Me, Kiss Me, Love Me.
So, this episode kicks off with Astra and good old John Constantine having a little talk down in hell. He's all like, I can save you, I can help you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't give a fuck you, I do what I want, blah, 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 blah.
He's like, I've been trying to save you forever. And she's like, fuck you.
Yeah. And then we got Nate and what's Zari's brother's name?
I don't remember. I've been just calling him bro man or homeboy.
What the fuck, Mara?
Oh, okay. way you're able to sit so still like that and not move anything is creepy.
Practice, practice, practice. The sunglasses help.
They do. They really do. I was really trying to see, like, does anything on his face move?
Yeah, yeah. I can hold still, and then you can't see me blink.
And I can see your chest moving, but whatever. Homeboy is going home because it's his dad's birthday. And for some reason he chooses it. You know what I have to say about that? Anytime I see like a plot line of like, oh yeah, I'll just pretend to be his professor and blah, blah, blah. Why is that normal?
That's the part that you had a problem with?
I mean, it's not a problem. It's like a question that I have about any plot that uses this. Like, I've seen it done before where like they come home and they take this person with them, but then they just like, it's not really their professor. They really just kind of like tell their parents, oh, this is my professor from university and blah, 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 blah. And the parents like, oh, awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then why doesn't anyone find it strange that your university professor is coming to your home randomly and is staying there overnight? Like, no one finds that. That's weird as fuck.
I think what's more concerning is what are you watching that has this plot line keep popping up, because I've never seen that before.
I feel like I've seen it. I feel like I've seen it on another one of these shows. I feel like Stein has also played that role of going somewhere and pretending to be someone's professor, like in their family house. And I'm just like, why? Why, out of all things, is that the excuse?
See, that's not the part I have a problem with.
What's the part you had a problem with?
And he's like, well, I got to go back for my dad's birthday. Sir, you are literally existing outside of time. You are in a time you can just show up whenever the fuck you want. Like,
touche.
You can just show up at each one of his birthdays within the next 5 minutes if you want to. The fact that he wanted to go home because of a certain day was happening is what I have a problem with.
That's that pothead shit. That's that pothead logic.
If you say so, I think that's that flawed CW logic. That's not the first time they've done something like this.
Whatever. He goes home, and then we see Zari, and Zari is some social media influencer or whatever.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Is what she is.
Yeah. Still hot, but annoying.
I do have to say one thing, because I didn't get to say it last week.
You didn't say anything last week.
I know. I was not able to say anything last week because I was not here. New intros. Are those this week or last week? I didn't see intros last week.
I didn't see intros this week.
There is a new intro animation for these episodes.
Are you talking about the lack of intro? Because it was just like,
not with them talking. I'm talking like with just the title intro.
Yeah, it was just a little music and then the logo.
Yeah, but it's so weird because it's different now. It's going through like the flashes of the pictures and shit. Yeah, almost like they're trying to be like Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before it was, my name is Barry Allen, or
yeah. I'm saying like, why did they change them?
Well, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm saying, yeah, you're right. That started this week, though, I think.
Okay.
However,
I saw it and I was like,
and I think the reason why I didn't notice last week was because Oliver couldn't do the intro last week because he was dead. And they never did it on Black Lightning.
Black Lightning already had his own intro.
Yeah. Batwoman didn't have one yet. I don't remember if they did it on Supergirl or not.
The intro is always like, my name is blah, 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 and they say what's going on. Mm-hmm. The intro that I'm talking about, like just the title intro. Because like Supergirl comes up at the beginning, so does Batwoman, I believe. That's what I'm talking about, because that's what they all were. Now they're like, Marvel-esque, like when they're floating through the comic book pages on Marvel, only it's just like flashes of other footage of, I guess, of them. It's weird. I wasn't sure if it was on there last week because I wasn't really looking at that moment. But I was just like,
I remember, but I know they stopped doing the voiceovers though. That was one of those things that I noticed recently.
Because
Especially,
Oliver started that shit, so they were like, let's do something different.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm not anticipating seeing Supergirls or Batwoman's, and I don't even know what they're gonna use for Batwoman. Batwoman only has like 12 episodes.
Yeah. So then we get John telling everybody about Astra and what actually happened with her, and they're like, "Oh shit, that's fucked up, bro." Don't really offer any real help there. They just, whatever.
To be frank, I don't care about any of these storylines.
I mean, it's understandable. Neither do I. But
The only thing I think I was remotely interested, because I was just kind of interested, like, how are they going to get Zari back? Like, what is the method that they're going to use here?
Yeah, but then there's a time quake. They're like, "Oh, we got to investigate this shit in 1947." Ava and Mickey left behind.
Quarterback.
Yeah, so somebody got killed with some hellfire. Like, what the fuck happened here? Bugsy Siegel's supposed to be dead. He came back from the dead. So this whole episode, they're trying to take down Bugsy Siegel.
I didn't even catch his name. I just kept calling him the guy with the gun.
You don't know who Bugsy Siegel is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. He's a famous mobster.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, this whole big part of this episode was Ava having a problem with being left on the sidelines and trying to act like she didn't have a problem being left on the sidelines.
She seemed like she felt very under-needed, like not underappreciated, but
underutilized.
Yeah.
It's okay though. She made up for it.
With
because she needed to make a distraction and clear out the club, and she did it with her song. Because she sang "That Girl Is Poison" very drunkenly, and I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Let's see. So yeah, Bugsy Siegel, blackmailing, all that kind of shit. Sarah does a honeypot thing with him, kind of luring him around. Blah 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 blah.
Sarah's a joke. That's funny.
Yeah, she'll give a fuck. Yeah, he's got some little magical gun. His girlfriend or wife or whatever, yeah, she's there. She does some shit, takes the shit
Jeannie.
from the
The only name that I caught.
Yeah,
Jeannie.
ends up getting killed because they killed her with a little bomb in the car. Zari figures out that both Nate and
her brother,
whatever the fuck his name is, were at
Hayward. We'll
and
together some time ago.
It was forever ago because I keep forgetting that they live in the future. So
yeah, that would have I would have like, what?
Like, how are you fully grown in this picture? And this was like 30 years ago. Fuck.
And I was sitting there thinking, like, what do you mean it was 30 years ago?
Yeah. Remember, Zari and her brother from the future. So, yeah. After Constantine, he gets Bugsy. He takes him down the hill in front of Astra. Could have killed her, but doesn't kill her because
he's trying to save her.
That would make too much sense to solve too many problems. So, can't do that. Let's see. So while Zari's going off about how she knows that they were at Hayworld and all that, her brother does a little thing and they bring her to the Wave Rider
to blow her brain.
Yeah. And that's the end of the episode of Legends of Tomorrow.
Of her freaking out, and it's just like, why?
Whatever.
So this is how we'll be getting Zari back.
Isn't?
We know they're going to. They're gonna find some way to be like, we can share the totem and blah blah blah.
One of them's got to go. I vote for the brother.
It's probably going to be the brother.
Yeah.
To balance out the women presence.
Because where's Charlie?
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, I haven't seen her.
Well, she took off, remember?
Barely.
Yeah. Like right when they got back, she just took off because Charlie.
Reasons.
Yeah. So anyway, that was Legends. Anything else with that you want to talk about?
Not really.
Cool. Where you want to go next?
Let's go to Flash.
Oh, you surprised me. Okay.
Did I really?
You did. I definitely had already opened up the Black Lightning notes.
Nope. This episode was called Marathon.
So the episode kicks off with Jitters being robbed by some dudes with these high-powered energy rifle things. And Flash swoops in, takes them all out.
Yo, what is everyone's problem with Jitters?
I don't know, man. They feel like they should find another place to rob. Or just to fuck shit up in.
Why Jitters? They're a coffee shop. They're a coffee shop.
And then she literally said, like, yo, we just reopened. There's nothing in the register. So.
We haven't sold anything yet. Like, we got nothing.
Yeah. So, Flash, takes them out, saves the day. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, or the lab, as they like to call it, Cisco's tripping. He was like, yo, we had all these infinite Earths. Now there's just one Earth. And now these bad guys we took out are back. And there's bad guys from other Earths that are here. Now there's fucking aliens and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? And at one point, I'm just like, chill the fuck out. On the other hand, I'm like, you know what? I get it. Because you had everything, in a way that made sense to you. It was all worked out for you. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. This is what it was for you. Now it's A, B, 3, X, Y, 2, 74, 18. And it doesn't make any sense.
Which is making Cisco lose his shit.
Exactly. So I understood.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the paranoia. I get it. I really do. It's just funny watching him downward spiral.
Like, we got new villains and old villains are back, but different.
And they look different. They have different lives.
Different powers now, like remix and shit. Yeah.
They like little Sprite remixes.
Yeah, man. It's just like, yo, we got all these dudes with different powers. Did he come do the remix? And that's what happened. So, Nash is also locked up because, Cisco's like, fuck that.
Reasons.
You literally caused the crisis. Fuck you. And I'm with it. I wouldn't let his ass out. This man literally caused the crisis. He's the reason why one of his best friends, Earth 2 Wells, no longer exists. Jesse Quick no longer exists.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, he's the reason. Because of this motherfucker. So, yeah, I'd have kept his ass locked up. Fuck you.
Put him in the quantum thing, the reactor cell things. You know what I'm talking about.
Pipeline?
Yup. See what I'm saying? Like, you knew exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, man. Also, Diggle shows up because Oliver left him something. And it was the original mask that Barry made for him. And I was like, oh, that's so precious. But then Barry's like, must be a reason he left me this. He's not sentimental. Look at that. There's a little something there.
On the mask.
Yeah, let me go scan this mask and see what's on the mask. He must be trying to tell me something. And he looks and sees there's a little Mirakuru on the mask. Like, ha. It's Mirakuru on the mask. He must want us to go to Lee and you. And Diggs like, nigga, what?
How did you deduce that? Like, You are not Batman. This is not your job.
Like what? Like, we got to go to Lian Yu.
This is like one of those things of like your white friends getting extra, and you just like over there being like, it ain't gotta be all like. He's like, this mask must have this has Miracle on it, so Oliver must be sending us a message to go to Lian Yu to find something. And meanwhile, Dig is just like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just
Maybe he was just giving you the mask.
maybe it's just the mask.
It's like,
man,
like you made a mask for him and he was giving it back to you because he appreciated it. Like, it's that could be it.
He was just saying like, I'll never forget what you did for me.
Yeah.
You concealed my identity.
Yeah. Like, bruh. Before I just like took some like green face paint and just went, yeah, you know.
Could you imagine?
Could I imagine what?
He just painted his face green and then just left his eyes open.
Yeah. It's sad. It's real sad. So they end up going to Lian Yu. They don't find shit because they ain't shit there. Anyway, the main part of this, that was just to get them away so that Iris could do stupid shit without Barry being there to save her. So let's start with the first.
Meanwhile, he doesn't find out about any of this shit because it would have just made sense to have him just come back, right?
Yeah, but he was on Lian Yu where they literally can't communicate with him.
I know.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Let's talk about John, though, before they go to Lian Yu taking all those nausea pills before he left. And he was just like, yo, that's too many. And John's like, nah, bro. I'm like, you know what, bro? I feel you. But anyway, Iris is secretly
doing
meeting,
stupid shit.
Yeah, she starts off meeting secretly with some dude that has some info about this story she's working on. The ones she's been working on, those other episodes that we really didn't care about. Turns out it actually matters. So he has info on this organization known as Black Hole because they just been killing people and doing fucked up shit. And we see soon after that Iris is their next target. Like, it's a criminal organization. They use metas for their shit, and they combine metas with other technology because this one chick that can do some shit with light, they give her a little light gun. It's like she has unlimited ammo and shit. Like, imagine if you're playing Call of Duty, you get like this high-powered energy rifle, and you have unlimited ammo. That's how she living.
It don't even matter.
So Cecile comes in trying to be the voice of reason. Like, I understand that as a journalist, you really want to find the truth and all that. This is a bad fucking idea.
This is not good. This ain't good. This ain't it, sis.
Yeah.
Might want to rethink this.
So soon after she goes, she being Iris, you know, because she don't listen, because it's fucking Iris, goes to McCullough Industries Incorporated Tech something.
Bad guy.
McCullough something. I think it's McCullough Tech now that I think about it. She goes there to interview this corporate dude. And right away, I'm like, this dude is up to something.
He's sus.
Very much so. And she's like, yo, I know that this weapon was stolen from your shit. And he's like, yeah, I know we need to keep this quiet because, you know, the stockholders get mad. The people out there panic and blah, 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 blah. She's like, I hear you.
Investors and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but she's like, you know what? I hear you. I'm going to run this shit anyway, though. Since you don't want to comment, yo bad.
She literally was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your needs.
Basically. And then they threaten to sue because, you know,
defamation.
That's what they do. But right after they run that story, Black Hole attacks Iris's office, shooting her little, whatever that chick's name is, shoot a little light powered gun thing at the place, fucks up the little evidence board. But Cisco's girlfriend,
all her shit gone.
Well, Cisco's girlfriend
caught a photo.
Yeah, she got photos of it.
Camilla.
Is that her name? Cool.
Yes, I saw you trying to process that.
Yeah. So she got the photos of it, so they still got something. They don't have nothing anymore. They're able to escape because she's like, yo, they're after me, so you all take off and I'll draw her away a little bit and blah blah blah. She gets away, evidence board gets destroyed. Iris meets up with the source again later on. And they kill him. They just black hole super powered light rifle gun him. He just disintegrates and shit.
He was just like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Then they figure out who the shooter is. It's something that I don't know if it really matters, but yeah, they figured out who it was.
No.
But while she was getting away, she got hurt. She got like 5th-degree burns. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know burns got that bad. But yeah, she got like, hit.
On Earth Prime, they do.
Apparently. When that thing like kind of grazed her clothes, I'm like, is he gonna burn her whole shirt off? No? Okay, that's disappointing.
I was just like, so is it just gonna slowly kill her? Is that what it is?
This thing, like when it hits something, it disintegrates. And so I thought she kind of just got grazed and it only hit her shirt. So like, is her shirt gonna disintegrate? And it didn't. So I was just like,
right. And I thought like, oh, okay. Well, if it just goes through her shirt, wouldn't it just go through her arm as well? So is she just gonna lose her arm? I half expected her arm just to fall off inside of the
some kind of consequence to her being hit, other than just she's burnt and she got a bandage on her arm now. But whatever. We also get that moment where Cisco puts Nash in his place at this point, where he's just like, dude, you destroyed infinite Earths. Like, this is all your fault. Fuck you. And what's her name? Camilla was like, you need to chill. And I'm watching like, no, you need to chill. He's right. Fuck him.
Fuck them all.
Yeah. Fuck him. So, let's see. We talked about John and Barry.
No, we'll have to come back to that.
Yeah. We do get confirmation that Cisco only had his powers back for the crisis.
Yeah, like he's back to powerless.
Yeah. And then Cisco and Kate are talking about that, and he just like, man, if I had my powers, I could have done something else to help prevent this and blah, 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 blah. She's like, what, do you regret giving them up? And he was like, no, maybe.
Do you miss them?
I don't know.
It's not that easy.
Blah, blah, blah.
It
blah.
is.
Yeah. Then we get Joe going to Iris. Once again, someone trying to talk some sense into this woman.
Do you think any of her friends tried to talk her out of that affair?
Bruh.
Like, do you think any of them ever said to her, sis, this ain't it. Sis, respect yourself.
Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know.
One of them knew.
Yeah, but she probably told like one of her friends that was just all about it. And like, yo, do it and then tell me all about his dick.
Probably.
Because like if you was gonna do some shit like that, isn't that the friend you would tell?
I'm that friend, yeah.
Well, there you go. Fucking Cowboy fans, man, I swear. I'm not calling you a Cowboy fan. I'm saying like the shit she did, Cowboy fan shit. Anyway, that's a little inside baseball. If you all didn't know what we're talking about, I'm not bringing it up. Let's see. So we're talking about Joe trying to talk some sense into her because she's just not listening to Cecile. So maybe she'll listen to her father. We know she won't, but still. He's just like, yo, I'm not telling you not to pursue the story. I'm telling you to be smart about it. Don't get yourself killed in the process. Don't be a fucking dummy.
We don't have to rush this. We're not dying anymore.
Like, the world is not about to end now. The Anti-Monitor is not about to unleash a wave of antimatter to destroy our Earth anymore. It's cool. Barry's here. Barry doesn't have to sacrifice his life anymore because of loopholes. So
we can slow down now. I know it's hard when your husband's the fastest man on the planet.
Yeah. And then she thinks about it after something he says, and she realizes that the CEO of McCullough, that dude, is up to no good. And that
he gonna keep trying to kill her.
And that reminded me of something I learned a long time ago. If you've seen the movie Rush Hour 2, you will recognize what I'm about to say.
Push the button.
That's the first Rush Hour.
Fuck.
Rush Hour 2 is when Chris Tucker's character, James Carter, told us all the rich white man. All the worst plots had the rich white man behind them. And there it is right here. The McCullough CEO dude is the rich white man. Follow him. So anyway, they set a trap for the shooter to come get her, but they catch her because, it was a trap. Turns out it didn't really work, though, because they knew what was, CEO knew what was about to happen. But Irish like, I'm a step ahead of you because I knew that your shooter would overcome my people and shit. But guess what? I got this right here. So you call her off, or I'm putting this all out there. And he's like, all right. Calls him like, all right, chill. And she was like, all right. And she just walks out. And they're like, wait, that's it? She's like, I follow directions, and walks out. She listens, unlike somebody else we know. I'm not going to mention no names, but her, name starts with an I and ends with Riss.
Okay.
So that happens. He drops the lawsuit. And Cisco's like, hey, I'm going to go out on a walkabout because, I got to see what's going on out there. See what's changed, what's still the same.
In the outside world. He hasn't been outside to this day. That's crazy. I mean, I'm sure he's been, like, outside, but it's just like...
The world's scary, man.
But,
and he tells Nash, well, I need you to hold down the fort while I'm gone, so we'll still have a Wells. By the way, the fact that there's no longer like multiple universes bothers me. This doesn't mean it means we're not going to get like a different Wells every year now.
So we're stuck with Nash?
That's what it looks like. Yeah, I don't like it either. There's no other Earth, so how do we get a different Wells? We don't. Yeah, that face. Exactly. There are downstream ramifications to this that I don't think they considered. We are stuck with Nash Wells.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
I don't like it at all.
So then we get more of Iris being hard-headed.
That's all Iris is permanently hard-headed.
And she was like, oh, Eureka, I realized some shit. And instead of telling somebody about it, she's like, oh, I'm just going to go. And she goes back to McCullough Tech. How she got all the way back there with anybody seeing her, we're just not going to ask no questions. But she gets back there in a little back room with some shit, and she walks up to that door, and she was like, it says AV3, and he's like, oh, Eva, that's her name. Oh, shit. Dun, dun, dun. And she goes in there with a little thing and opens the door, little magnet thing, whatever the fuck.
The thing. The thing.
Yeah, the thing. And she's in there looking at computers and shit. She's like, oh, the mirror. She turns and looks at the mirror, and the mirror fucking grabs her and pulls her in the motherfucking mirror. She got pulled into a goddamn mirror because she's fucking hard-headed. She don't fucking listen. So word of advice to all you people out there, when the logical voices of reason tell you to chill, you need to chill before you get yanked into a mirror. Don't
Sound
be like
upset.
Iris. Get yanked into a goddamn mirror. Because that could have been avoided. This is a very avoidable situation, Mara.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
It really is. If she had won, just not let the shit go, but chill on it. Take your time. And not just go down there, looking all up in the shit. When you supposed to spend the night chilling with your husband, having a good old husband-wife time and shit. He was going to be vibrating all up in you and shit. It was going to be a good night. What? You know he does it.
Whatever. That
You
sounds dangerous.
you know he does it. You mean to tell me like you got like an actual flesh dick that also vibrates? You wouldn't want that?
I'm just saying. We don't have to assume. I feel like Barry looks pretty vanilla, so who knows?
Barry's a nerd who has very, very extensive access to the internet.
Just saying.
I'm sure.
Either way.
She was going to have a very nice night with her husband. Instead,
Either way.
she got yanked into a mirror.
Well, that is her grave to lay in.
Yes, exactly. Once again, very avoidable situation. She had to go out of her way to get put in that situation. Very far out of her way to get put in that situation.
Guess.
You had to break and enter. You had to break the law to get into that situation. You actively pursued that. But that's the end of the Flash.
Oh my gosh.
Anything else with the Flash you want to talk about?
No.
All right.
I feel like now that Arrow is over, I feel like it's just so much filler. I feel like there's nothing pertinent happening right now.
Oh, man.
That's just me, though.
It's going to be okay.
Is it, though?
It is. It is.
I guess.
It is.
Whatever.
Now, if one day the Flash ends,
they have to end the whole shit. They got to end everything.
Then I'll worry. At that point, I'm just like, I don't care anymore. I'm not watching any of this anymore.
We'll just have to find something else to do.
But yeah, they took some good steps. They folded everything into one Earth. Like all the heroes are on the same Earth now, which is cool. They brought Black Lightning into the fold, so he's part of everything now too. I mean, they made a mess of things by putting everything on the same Earth also, but
Yeah. But speaking of Black Lightning, it's the third episode we got.
Yeah. Title of the episode is what?
The Book of Markovia, Chapter 3, Motherless ID.
So this episode kicks off with that other scientist. What's that lady's name?
Dr. Chase.
Yeah, her. She's been, working for the Markovians, and she's vlogging because that's just what they do now. Last week we had that that ginger white boy vlogging, and now she's vlogging this week because people just vlog now.
It's a thing to do.
Yeah, whatever. Then Lynn shows up there, and she is not happy. Like, she want to fight her because, she feel like she's the reason why she got snatched up. So she ready to whoop her ass.
I love that Lynn is always ready to kill Dr. Chase.
And it don't help that she's on that shit now, too. So,
She's one good day away from just selling their couch.
Yeah.
As my
So
friend would say.
So we know the Markovians want Lynn to give them that metahuman stabilizer thing, you know?
She gave him a cookie recipe.
Yeah. They tell Lynn like how the ASA are the reason why she's hooked on green light right now. She's like, no, it's not blah blah. I'm like, no, this is what they did. They like were putting it in your shit and your tea and shit, and they like gave you subliminal messages so you would try it and all that kind of shit. Yeah. And then we get Jennifer, she's still tripping about Khalil because she's Jennifer. And that's just how she is.
I literally just can't. I don't understand. I can't stand how much of a hothead, one, Jen is. And then two,
she's a teenager, and
then how
therefore she's
dumb
stupid.
she gets.
Yeah, she's a teenager. She's stupid. That's just kind of how it works.
This is like new level of stupid.
No. She's a teenager with superpowers, so she acts like a teenager with superpowers. She's stupid, like any teenager with superpowers would be.
It just feels more stupid.
No, you just don't remember how stupid you were.
I didn't do anything.
Hey, you didn't have superpowers.
This is true, but I'm saying, like, I feel like Jen would be like this without the superpowers.
No, before she had the power, she was, she was hard-headed, kind of rebellious. Well, the worst she did was smoke weed in the bathroom.
I guess.
Or sit on her roof and smoke weed with her boyfriend. But, pretty much everything that happened before this revolved around her smoking weed at some point. That was the worst she did. So then we get TC trying some new shit with communicating with Khalil because he can communicate through the chip in his head.
That shit was crazy. That whole thing.
The little hallway shit, yeah. And then we got Jeff and Anissa go, looking for Lynn at the place she's been staying, and just like she ain't there, but that white dude from last week was there. And he was like, yo, they got her. Like, who got her? The Markovians got her. Like, oh fuck.
Oh, that dude, that white dude. I was like, I'm trying to say anything like, what white dude?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told Jeff like that they had her and blah blah blah, and then the other, like, Odell's bitch was gonna come and try and talk to him and get Black Lightning's help, and he was just like, well, we'll do it on my time. I'm not doing it on her time.
Mm-hmm. And this is when Jeff finally tells Anissa that Lynn is on that shit.
And which makes me feel like, yo, there's no pleasing Anissa. Like, if he hadn't shown up, it'd been like, Dad, why didn't you show up? Blah 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 blah. And then, he, instead of taking care of Lynn, it's like, Dad, why didn't you stay with Mom? Da 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 da. How would you have known you would have had it without Black Lightning if he hadn't showed up? So,
like, you got to be there for her. And if you didn't, like, why aren't you helping? I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Right? Like, that's not what I asked.
Yeah. So we know they can't turn off the chip in Khalil's head, because they do that, then he'll be brain dead. One thing I noticed in this episode, Jen's wig is less offensive this week. I don't know what they did, but whatever they did, it was just, it didn't bother me as much this week. It was less awful. Still not good, but not as awful.
Still not good.
Let's see. So TC tells Jen, like, yo, if we work together, maybe we can get up in there, because your powers turn yourself basically into a current, and I can use that to get up in there, and we can communicate with them and blah 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 blah.
Brandon was, and Gambit was like, nah, no. And then Brandon was like, she already does that shit. I've seen her do it. Like, I've seen her make bullets go through her. Like, stop this. Yeah. She's got this.
Yeah, she gonna do it anyways. You might as well let her do it here.
Right.
Let's see. So they talk to the evil ASA bitch. I don't know her name.
The sergeant lady.
Yeah. And she's like, y'all want a team with you, blah, 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 to go get Lynn. Jeff pretty much says the only way I do this is under this stipulation that everyone that I bring with me on this mission
gets pardoned.
Get pretty much wiped clean from the ASA database. Y'all don't fuck with them no more. That's it. Done. Finito. Now, I don't know about you, but even after she said okay, I was like, bullshit.
Right. She's not gonna do. They ain't gonna do all that. She can't deliver that.
Even if she could, she wouldn't. Like, I don't trust them to do that. Hell no. So, then they finally tell Jen about Lynn getting kidnapped. She starts tripping again because that's what Jen does.
She says she's going. Grace says she's going. Brandon's going. Gamby's going. The whole family's going. It's a family vacation to Markovia.
And then we got a little funny joke, a little fun, little back and forth between Grace and Anissa when Grace was like, "Is Thunder afraid of a little pussycat?" I'm like, ha
ha ha ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Let's see.
Is that like you think that fight is like foreplay for them?
Probably. They had sex after that.
But also, I feel like they've alluded to certain things. So when Grace, and this is like, I don't want you to die or anything to happen. Someone's probably going to die here. And Grace was like, it isn't going to be me. And I was like, and there's your death sentence right there.
Perhaps.
But I also thought could be alluding to Henderson since there's talks that he's not coming back.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah. So then we got, before they go on this mission, they got their metas, they got the chips in them, and one of them you see they're being programmed to kill Lynn. And it's like, oh, fuck, that sucks. Let's see.
They go in to save Khalil.
Yeah.
Turns out he's stuck in his brain.
Yeah, hiding in what he believes is his room is not his room, and painkillers trying to scare him to go back away and all that shit.
Yo, when he said to Jen, maybe I'm supposed to, like when he was like, maybe I'm supposed to be dead. And I was like, with all your brushes with death, nigga, I would think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I would think so too.
Yeah, you died like 3 times already. So, yeah.
At this point, I feel like maybe you should be dead too. And not that I want Khalil to die. This is literally just like, you've gotten so many second, third, and fourth chances.
Yeah, all the do-overs you've gotten, you should, just stay down. And then we got that moment when he realized that he killed his mother. And they're like, that wasn't you, that was him. Oh no, that was him. That was, he was there. It may have been like the painkiller persona that did it, but yeah, he was still, he was still in there. That was his body. He killed her. Sucks, but it happened. And Khalil has a very hard time handling what he's become. They convince him to bring him out, to come on out, and then he leaves because he's still tripping because he killed his mama. Understandable. And that's about it.
He's literally poison.
Oh yeah, he's secreting poison out of himself and shit. Yeah.
And the wild part about it was I actually kind of felt bad for him because it's like she brought him back, she saved him, but these were for her own selfish purposes.
Oh yeah.
These weren't for the best of Khalil
Oh, it was for
or
her.
for anyone else. This was
For
all
herself.
for her. And now he's like, you could see like he looks broken. Like he's broken by what he has done. And now he has to deal with that. And he has to just live with it. And it's just like, Jen, look what you did. Like, what did you say before?
Mm-hmm. Hope you're proud of yourself.
Yeah. So I really feel bad for him. Like he has to now deal with those things.
Yeah.
But
That's
he'll be
Black
fine.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts on it? Any anticipations? Anything?
No, I think that was it.
Yeah, same here. Short week this week. That's all we got.
Yeah, really, that was it. Damn.
Mm-hmm. So you should doing like 5-6 shows and plus a little after shit, like like how we only got 3? Shit.
No, not really, but
But yeah, I think that'll be it for this week. That's it. For Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. I just
I
like
was just like,
fucking with Mara.
stop,
It's really
stop doing that.
it's really fun. Like y'all have no idea how much I enjoy it. Anyway, don't forget to follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation Magazine. That is at TheCreatia World. Why did I say magazine? Why didn't you stop me?
I heard world.
Did I say world?
I don't know now. I feel like I probably just wanted to hear world, so I was like, yeah.
It's at
right.
The Creation World. That is at TheCreatiaWorld on both Twitter and Instagram. Also, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. You can also find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Sir_Cussalott. That is at SIRCUSSALOTT. Mara, where can they find you?
Always on Instagram and Twitter at Mara the Shark. That's MARADASHARK.
All right. And also don't forget, if you want to throw some support, you can go over to the patreon.com/Creation World. Get yourself some perks for your little early access to some shit.
If you're watching this, the link is down below or above. It's there.
The fuck was that? Those little weird convulsions you were doing right there kind of scared me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So throw there, get some, there's some extra perks, get some things early, some exclusive stuff, be on the show, submit topics for the shows. Great shit.
Check out our merch on Teespring. And if you get anything and wear it, take a photo and tag us in it at The Creation World or hashtag The Creation World.
Do it. We'll catch you all next week. Until then, we out.
We out. Bye.